Hello, everybody. Hey, Romeo. Hey, Diana. Nice to see you guys. Romeo, I thought of something else last night after I sent you that email, so I think I'm going to send you another one if I can remember. Just something else that I think might help. Remembering about the process I've been through for the last year and a half. So, anyway, thank you so much. I hope that helped. Okay. We're doing another live TBC broadcast on we are giving away our wealth to you. There really wasn't any new blogs that came out in the last 24 hours. So I'm going to talk about something that I don't talk about that much, but I probably do. But it's important to me because we have this TBC cryptocurrency that's not on the market, and it cannot be manipulated by the wealthy. So we have considerably more control of how we distribute our coin. And we just like to say we're distributing our wealth because that's what our coin represents as wealth, simply because the fact that it's not on a market means that we have a whole lot more control of who can come and buy it up. So the wealthy cannot come and buy it up and leave, just a little bit left for the rest of us. Okay, so let me quickly, for those who might be new, let you know that the Billion Coin was created 2 years ago, March 21st, 2016. And it came out with a mission to eliminate global poverty. And in order to do that, we had to keep control of the wallet system. So we have our own wallet, okay? The blockchain platform, and we've created, by the way, in the last 2 years, a brand new one that has super fast transaction speeds. What was I saying? I forgot. But anyway, we created it with the centralization part just being the wallets, so that we can actually control the distribution of our wealth, as evenly as we can throughout our first billion owners of the coin. Okay, we have a private membership. It's a community, and we're looking to get our first billion members. And our algorithm that we created for valuing our coin is built on humans, built on you and me. And so therefore, every time someone joins our community and becomes a paid member, there's a $10 yearly fee for a back office, and it also includes a lifetime fee for your wallet. And there's no transaction fees charged ever on that wallet. So you get all that for $10 a year and a whole lot more. And what that does is every person that joins increases the value of the coin by 1 grain of gold. Okay, and a grain of gold today is worth about $2.60. So one person joining today would raise the price of our coin by $2.60. Now, we have thousands joining every day. So our coin is already the most expensive coin in the world. And again, you will not find it if you are watching and familiar with cryptocurrencies, which is probably how you found this video if you're new. You won't find it on the coin market cap. You won't find the initials TBC. You won't find the billion coin. It's just not going to be there, okay? Because we cannot accomplish what we specifically designed our coin to do if we just put it on the market and let it go. So the blockchain platform is, of course, completely decentralized, but the wallets are currently centralized. And this is how we have the best of both worlds. We are able to have a real money, cryptocurrency, yet at the same time, we can spread that wealth out among our first billion people. And when we hit our billionth member, that maxes out the price of the coin. Okay. So that's why we call it a billion coin. Obviously, if we're basing our value on 1 grain of gold that's currently worth $2.60, and we end up with a billion people, and we do that in the next 2 to 3 years, we're right on track. And the price of gold remains the same, then each coin out of those billion coins will each be worth $2.6 billion. Okay, so if you have one coin, you'll be a multi-billionaire. Okay, now divisions of our coin, because they're so expensive, no one can buy a coin. Well, not no one, but very few. Because the coin is $8.5 million right now for one coin. The division of our coins, and you know that a cryptocurrency can be divided 100 million times, is they're called Kringles. Okay, like Bitcoin's called Satoshi. Ours are called Kringles. Okay, so basically it's really a Kringle coin is what we're talking about. Because right now, one Kringle coin is worth about $8.50. Okay, so have you missed the boat? No, you haven't. If you're new, please pay attention, because our boat is still docked, and it's not going to leave the dock until we get our first billion people. And how is that possible when our coin is so expensive? Well, our whole algorithm and formula is based on the people getting the money into their hands, getting the cryptocurrency into their hands. We're just stuck in the water until we get that accomplished, right? That's our mission, is to create a full Kringle worldwide economy with no poverty. And in order to do that, we have to get that coin into everybody's hands. So the admin, the creators of our coin, gives it away. He doesn't sell any coins. He used to when it came out 2 years ago. He had stakeholders. They came in, they bought, and then other people had to buy it from them. But since they got it at that super low price 2 years ago, which was, I think, a tenth of 1 penny per coin, then they have plenty of coins to purchase. I mean, to sell to whoever they wanted to. And the membership grew. It grew to 100,000 the first year. And then when we started to give the coin away, it shot up over 3 million the second year. Okay. And now we're still giving away the coin. By the way, that's worth $2,100 that you get as soon as you sign up. Okay. It's put in the form of what we call cookie reward points into your back office. And those are equal value to Kringles and can be redeemed for Kringles in a redemption month, which we have every 2 years. Which we have 2 every year. We just got done with one in May, and when the next one starts in November. And you can redeem all the cookies you earn between now and then in November for real Kringles that will show up in your wallet, and you can spend them. Okay. So but our admin, the creators of our coin, have promotions all the time where he rewards us with these cookie reward points that are the same as Kringles that can be redeemed twice a year. And this is how he gets coins into our hands without having to spend $8 million a coin. Okay. We do that. There's lots of ways to do it. Doing a broadcast like this is one way that we do it. He'll reward us for doing a broadcast because we're helping spread the word about the billion coin and bringing members in. Anybody who just does it on their own without a broadcast can earn points, cookie reward points. Anybody who spends $100 on Kringles from someone like one of us broadcasters, or anyone else who belongs to our community and has enough coins that they can sell some, you spend $100 and he'll give you, right now he's giving you about $42,000 worth of Kringles for $100. He can do that because he's got the coins in his wallet. It won't discount the price. We can't do that. We can't sell you, $42,000 worth of our Kringles for $100. That would destroy the value of our coin. So we sell you $100 of Kringles, which is what, 12 Kringles right now? We'll sell you that, and as soon as he sees the transactions happening on the blockchain and confirmed, then he'll go ahead and throw the points into your back office, which you can redeem for all of these cookies, even enough cookies for a full coin. In fact, if you did a broadcast, he'll reward you with 1,000 times more points. Okay, so, and then he's got another promotion going on just this month until, all the way until August 21st, where he's increased it by 500% more. So it's just amazing. We have so much wealth and to give that we just are trying to tell you, come and take it. Come and take it. It sounds crazy, but come and take it. Because if you think about how we base the value of our coin, it makes sense to get it into your hands any way we can. Okay? As long as we don't discount the value. We all agree, because we are a private community, to never, never make the price of the coin go down. It always goes up. See, every member that joins increases the value of our coin by $2.60 right now. So the coin goes up every single day. Okay? So we have that to offer you. We have that to offer business people, merchants, retailers, service providers. We have a coin that they don't ever have to worry about it going down. And not only that, but it's going to go up every day until we hit our first billion 2 to 3 years from now. So we are so different because of what we have done. And I found out about this coin a year and a half ago. So right at their first year anniversary is when I discovered the Billion coin, because I was doing a little more research on Bitcoin, because I had gotten involved with Bitcoin about 4 months prior to that. And a video showed up on the right side of the YouTube page that said, suggest that you watch this. And I saw TBC, and I thinking, TBC? Well, no, I haven't seen TBC on the coin market cap that I know of. And then I looked a little closer and it said the Billion coin. I said, the Billion coin? I've never heard of that. So I clicked on there and watched it, and the rest is history. I'm talking fast because there's a lot of things here I want to talk to you guys today about. Mainly is the opportunity that you have to become wealthy so easily. You have never seen this in your life. You could never have even imagined that we would be at a point with technology that we are capable of eliminating poverty in the world. People have talked about that for decades in one form or another. Let's help the poor. Let's try to, get these developing countries into better shape. But it never works, does it? My whole life I've been hearing that. And yet, when I was in my 20s, in fact, you know what? I wasn't even 20 years old yet. When I first moved out of the house when I was 18, I lived in the Los Angeles County, in the San Gabriel Valley, a city called Alhambra. And it was just bordered to East Los Angeles and Los Angeles, right there by Cal State. And When I moved out to the city next to us, Monterey Park, and I got a job working at Bank of America at the Twin Towers, the Arco Twin Towers, downtown Los Angeles. Okay, and I didn't, I couldn't drive my car to work because they were charging like, I don't know what it was back then, but it was crazy. It's like $10 a week or a month or $30 a month to park. I mean, I was making $100 a week. Okay, so that was out of the question. So I had to get up early and take a bus from Monterey Park all the way in and to downtown. What I'm trying to say here is when I get off the bus in downtown and even during the drive, I never saw people living in tents on the sidewalks. Okay. Yes, there were some bums. That's what we called them back then, right? People who were down on their luck and looking for a handout. And every time I could, I'd give them something, some change, a dollar, whatever. That did the best I could because I was kind of barely just etching out a living at the time anyway with that first job. But the point is that view is no longer like that. Okay, it has gotten worse instead of better. It doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't make any sense to me that developing countries are still developing. Okay, especially when I know that, like I said yesterday, everybody has one of these. Okay, no matter where they're at in the world, no matter how poor they are, they've got a cell phone, and the world is small now. They just turn it on, right? And they see how all the country that are developed, they see what they look like, and they look around their country and they're going, "What is the problem? What? Why? Why am I waking up and looking at this and seeing this when the people in America obviously aren't doing that? The people in the UK are not doing that. They're not doing that in Australia, and on and on and on, right?" So we hear a lot of talk about let's help the poor. Give us your money. We'll make sure it gets to the poor. Well, why not we just give you the money? Okay? We don't want your money so that we can help the poor. No, we want to give you the money so that you're not poor anymore. Plain and simple. And we can balance that out in our distribution fairly evenly among our first billion owners. So that's what we're looking for, our first billion people. And then the price maxes out. We decentralize the wallets because there's no point in controlling the wallets after that. We're done. It's the end of the mission. We've accomplished it. There is no more poverty in the world because the billion people that we have will have so much extra money to supply and take care of and hire and do whatever we want that we can completely give abundance to the rest of the 6.6 billion people on earth. In fact, we could do 2 or 3 times that amount. Okay. Again, I mention this as often as possible. The people behind our coin are as smart as they get. Okay. They're just as smart as they get with all the other really smart people that bring us these technologies that we get to use. We sit around and we do what we want, and they sit around and they are able to do what they are able to do. And everything we do has an effect on others, right? But these individuals that are extra smart on certain things, what would we do without them? Okay? So I have no problem with people being way smarter than me. I thank God for it every day. Okay, so these people are very smart behind our coin. They know what they're doing. They've done all the studies, works, figuring all that stuff out. I don't have to worry about it. They just turn around and they communicate with us every day through a blog posting system. Okay, for the last 2 years, I don't think we've gone more than 5-6 days without them posting at least one blog post to let us know what's going on and what to do next, where they're at, what we're doing, how things are going. and we have this amazing community that you want to belong to, period. Okay. And if you're like-minded, okay, you have to be obviously be not selfish and not greedy, and you'll be just fine. If you're fine with everybody being wealthy, then that's what we're looking for. Let me get this microphone over here. Forgot to set my microphone. Okay. Make sure you guys don't have any questions. Okay. All right. So maybe I should just go ahead and really let you guys know the new people that are going to catch this video. I hope that you've never ever seen anything like this in your life, whether you're my age, 61, older, or whether you're young. You haven't seen this in your lifetime, and you have not seen it in your parents' lifetime. And if you're young enough, you haven't seen it in your grandparents' lifetime either. Okay? And as far as I'm concerned, it's the first time in mankind's history that we have this ability to bring complete abundance to the entire world population. Now, is that going to make us a paradise? I always say no, because we cannot eliminate, no matter how wealthy we are and abundant this planet is, which it is, and access to all this abundance, we can't get rid of hate. But we can get rid of all the symptoms of poverty, all the symptoms of this so-called scarcity that has been shoved down our throats by the few very, very, very wealthy central bankers. Okay. And this view of there's not enough for you. There's just enough for us. Sorry. Not enough food, not enough water. If you're even a small student of history, you know what has happened, even if you've only looked at the last 100 years. You have seen the worst that humanity has to offer when it comes to these types of things, and how they have controlled the people of the world because they've got the money, and they have found ways to collect all the money, found ways to strip the countries of their resources and leave the people as slaves, basically, to their debt-based monetary economic system. Shouldn't even say the word monetary, because it's not even money anymore. It hasn't been money since 1971. Here in America, it hasn't been money. That's why the bankers are so afraid and freaking out about cryptocurrency, and they're trying to scramble. You can see this if you're paying attention to this field of cryptocurrency. You can see how they're scrambling out there to try to figure out how are we going to stop the people from switching over to cryptocurrency, which is not our currency. And if they switch over, we're going to lose power. What do we do? Do we make our own cryptocurrency? And we just try to pass some laws and tell people they have to use ours? What do we do? That's what they're doing. So at the same time, they're telling their corporate media that they own, okay, don't go after cryptocurrency, people. Don't buy it. You're going to lose. It's risky. The price goes up and down on the market. You don't know what's going to happen. Whatever. And at the same time, in the background, they're trying to figure out how to create their own blockchains and how can we do this? How can we create cryptocurrency and yet still keep control of the people? It's not going to work. Okay, I've done enough research that it's not going to work. But they're going to try. They're going to do whatever they can. They don't want to lose control. Are you kidding? They've been in control for centuries, and it's taken them. I mean, they're very, very patient. Okay, these are families I'm talking about. A few families that it just keeps going on decade after decade after decade to gain the wealth of the world and keep control of the people so they can continue to do their evil agendas. Okay, and you don't have to take my word for it. There's a zillion amount of information on them. Okay, just so much. All you have to do is just want to go look at it. Okay, it's like cryptocurrency. You have to want to go look at it to find out about it. I found out about it in 2011 about Bitcoin, right? And I just said, that's crazy. Digital money, internet money, I think they were calling it. You know, I just thought that's a joke. That's obvious a scam. And even if it's not a scam, nobody's going to believe in that. And yet I can't even believe that I acted that way, knowing what I knew about the monetary system we're on. You would have thought I would have, as soon as I would have seen an alternative to that, I would have jumped on. The thing was, I didn't catch that could have been an alternative back then. Okay, so 5 years later, 2016, I finally realized, good grief, this coin is not going away. In fact, look at all these coins that have come out since 2009. There's over 1,000. I think there was like 800, at least 800, when I got involved at the last quarter of 2016 and purchased my first Satoshis. And, was very, very hopeful and excited about it. But when I found the Billion coin and realized what they were doing, then that was it. Game over. Game over for the central bankers. If this coin succeeds, it's over for them. Okay? But it can be over for them just through politics. We've got Trump in office now. He's doing so much amazing things. It's not funny. But the economy is going to crash. It wouldn't matter what the central bankers are doing right now. It wouldn't matter what Trump is doing. Since we've been off that gold standard since 71, it's been what? 81, 91, 2001, 2011. It's been over 40 years that we have created, or they have created, just money out of thin air. And yet they have the nerve to come out and accuse cryptocurrency of being this fake currency that is being made out of thin air. Oh, gosh. It really disturbs me because I've taken the time to realize that no, cryptocurrency is not made out of thin air. A tremendous amount of work and costs goes in to creating one coin. Okay, so that's where it gets its value, proof of work, along with the supply and demand. Okay, so you guys know this already. I don't know why I'm talking about this, but the point is, I should have seen it and I didn't, but now I have, and I'm not looking back. And there will be some form of a crash, because we've seen it many, many times in our lifetime, if you're my age anyway. And the last one was 2008, right? We really haven't recovered. They just fiddle with the numbers and keep us thinking everything's great. The difference this time compared to all the rest is you can only go so many years making up money and creating debt, 100% debt, because there's no gold to back it up. They've taken it away. They're just hanging on to it themselves. Okay, so what's going to happen? When it crashes, they're either going to point their finger at Trump, or Trump's going to be able to point their finger at them. Central banking system has nothing that they can do except to try to come out and back up the money with gold again. But then we're going to go right back into that. We're going to go right back into their system, because they'll slowly pull that gold out again. they'll still be in control of our money. Okay? So if Trump hangs on in the narrative and points a finger at them when it crashes, and we can show the world what the central bankers have actually done so that we all can see it, then that's the end of them. And that's what we want. That's what Trump is and us, the patriots, are trying to achieve politically. Okay? Keep in mind, though, that our coin, the billion coin, is just a separate thing. Cryptocurrency is a separate thing, right? Even those coins that are on the market, I always say, are an option to protect your wealth. They're like gold, like silver. They're the same thing. Platinum, precious stones. You can hold on to them to protect the wealth that you may have in stocks, on the stock market, whatever. However, you've got your money that you're saving up in a bank or you've got in a retirement fund. Okay? We don't know what's going to happen to those, but we have seen what's happened in the past, right? So you can use those coins on the market as an option, but they'll always only be an option. Our coin is obviously more than an option. It is a solution to not just hanging on to your wealth that you have in stocks or whatever, bank accounts, but literally it creates a solution to eliminating poverty by bringing you wealth in and of itself. You can be unbelievably wealthy with our coin, our Kringle coin. And it's not going to cost you hardly anything during our growth phase. You've never seen that. You've never seen the kind of leverage we're offering the world. We're offering it to the first billion people. You don't think we're going to get a billion people fast when they figure out what we're offering? We're asking you to become wealthy and don't fear being rich. Okay? Because like that blog post I talked about the other day, the admin, okay, we have to point it to one individual, even though it's a team effort, right? There's one guy that does the blog post, and he calls himself Kris Kringle. That's where we get the name Kringles, and it's because he gives the gift out. Okay, but he was talking about way back in his life when he was broke. Okay, and then years later, he became a self-made millionaire. And then years later, he started to think about cryptocurrency when it came out. And he started to realize, wait a second, I can do something different. Me and my friends can do something different. And that's exactly what they did. And he come right out and he just admitted that, hey, becoming rich has actually more problems than you have being poor. Okay? Which makes complete sense. Okay? Now, he says, but the food tastes a whole lot better when you're rich. I'm sorry. Because I totally understand what he's talking about, right? It does taste better. So if you're going to have problems, even if it's a little bit more, those are problems that are going to be helpful for you. They're just going to be helpful for you because they're the kind of problems where okay, I need to get this money out there and into other people's hands. I need to help people. I need to get this done, that done, this done, that. Okay. But you don't have to be super poor. I mean, super rich. You could just be a multimillionaire and make sure that you're covered for the rest of your life, living the way you want to, driving the car you want, wearing the clothes you want, living in the house you want that's comfortable. Okay. Not having to deal with crime, at least from the motive of lack. Right? So there's going to be all these changes and all these benefits that come along with an abundant-based world and a lack of poverty. But at the same time, if you want to have more problems, You want to have more challenges. You can become a multi-billionaire. It's real easy. Okay, and then you can start hiring people, buying businesses, creating businesses, building things. You could do anything you want. When we, the people, have the money in our hands back again, which is what we were supposed to when the Constitution was written back in 86, 87. When that Constitution was written, it was we, the people. Okay, we, the people, buy our politicians. We, the people, own our government. We, the people, own our money. We the people, we the people, we the people. And then it changed. And those bankers came in. Okay. Now, it wasn't called the Federal Reserve in the beginning. In the 19th century, it wasn't called the Federal Reserve, which is just a private bank. It's just the word federal. It has nothing to do with government. Okay. I think it was called, I don't know what was called, the U.S. Bank of the United States of America. I don't know what it was called. But anyway, Andrew Jackson got rid of it when he was president. But then it made its way back in 1913, okay, because they just kept growing in power, and they were not going to be denied, okay. So yes, they bought up the politicians. They bought up Woodrow Wilson. They got Teddy Roosevelt involved in that election up against William Taft, who was seeking a second term back in 1912. It worked. Wilson got in, and 3 days later, he passed the Federal Reserve Act, turning our money system back over to a private bank. Okay, so we have only had 3 presidents since Taft that have not been bought and paid for by the central bankers. John F. Kennedy, Ronald Reagan, and Donald Trump. Okay, so anyway, how do I get it across? I hope I have. If you're new, you're the one I'm talking to. If you're a new person on this video, we have wealth to give to you. All you need to do is go down to the description of the video below and click on some of those links. You'll find all the information you want about how our algorithm works, how we value our coin. Okay, you'll find what we're all about. And you'll say, yes, I want to be involved, or you'll say, no, it's not for me. Okay, but take the time to do it, because you don't know until you find out. Okay, it's just like I didn't know about Bitcoin until I actually took the time to take a look at it and say, what really is this blockchain technology that this guy Satoshi Nakamoto came up with to create his Bitcoin? Really, what is it? You know, and I'm not a techie guy. I'm not passionate about the inner workings of technology, computers, how this phone works. I have no clue. Okay. But I certainly want to drive it, right? Just like I want to drive. Sorry, I'm messing with my microphone here. But I certainly want to drive it. I've been on the internet since 1991. Because, you know, anyway. So what was I saying? Oh, all right. You're going to either want to or you're going to not. But it's well worth the time to check us out. And if you do sign up, it's really easy. It's just your name and email address, a password you make up, a username you make up, and what country you live in. You can sign up your day-old baby. You can sign up the oldest person in the world. Everybody in the world gets to sign up, okay, until we hit our first billion people. And every single person that does so will get a gift of 25,000 Kringles, or 250 if you want to look at it that way. But actually, he's giving away more all the time. But never less than that. That's what I should say. Never less than that. Never less than the current worth of it right now, which is $2,100 in Kringles. Okay, but you'll get that in cookie reward points You'll be able to redeem them in November and start spending them. Okay. And there's ways you can get a whole lot more. In fact, right now, and until August 21st of 2018, if you come in and become a paid member, which is $10, I look at it like $10 one time, but it's $10 a year. But you won't even notice it next year. And $10 is nothing. Okay. We specifically came up with that price to make sure that every single human being in the world could afford it. And it would make them pay attention to what we're doing. Okay. Because for most of the last 2 years, we weren't charging anybody. And then when we started to charge $1 a month for that back office, it was an option. Okay. It was an option to us who wanted to use that back office as for all the things that it gave us, plus the ability to give the gift to our family members, our loved ones. We can literally give them the gift through our own back office. We have a link. That's why we create and make up this username. And we could give that link to anybody, and it kind of connects them to us. We feel like a nice, cool little family inside a huge family. So anyway, $2,100. Okay, so what was I saying? Oh yeah, right now until August 21st, if you come in, okay, instead of $2,100 worth of Kringles, we're going to give you 500% more. Okay, $10,000 worth of Kringles you'll get for free. Well, except for that $10, fee for your back office, and also pays for your wallet, and it pays for all the transactions for life. Okay, we don't want your money. We want to give you wealth. Okay. If somebody had told me that back when I was 18, I hope I would have been smart enough to not say, "You're crazy, get away from me." I don't think I would have. Knowing me, I would have probably said, "Okay, what's the gig? What's the deal? What's the catch? Something." But I would have wanted some more information so that I can use my own reasoning and the common sense and logic that God gives me to figure out, is there really something? Okay. So think about that, especially if you're my age or close to my age. Think about that. We thought differently back then because things were different. Okay. And now we're looking at a world that's got all this technology. And we got to realize, I better look at this. Because, boy, I remember when the internet came out and I had no clue what it was. But I eventually got on it and it was fun. So we know how these things work. Cryptocurrency is never going away. Okay, because blockchain technology is never going away. It's just going to get better and better and better and better and better. And there's more abundance-based coins coming out besides the billion coin. Okay, we've got one coming out next year. It'll be the second abundance-based coin. Okay, they're going to base their value on every time someone purchases their coin, they're going to raise it up a fraction because they can divide it by 100 million. So they'll just raise it up one little fraction, and the next person that buys has to buy it at a little bit higher price. Next person, a little bit higher price. But it's not much, right? It's not much because it's going up really, really tiny every single time someone makes a purchase. The point is, it's always going to go up in value. It's never going to go down. That is an abundance-based coin. It's never going to go on. Well, we hope it doesn't. The ICOs is not talking about going on to the trading exchanges at all. They're letting people know through their ICO, that, hey, this is how our algorithm works. Okay. So why would they put it on a trading exchange when they've already got it set up to be an abundance-based coin? Okay. So that's coming out next year. And let me tell you, their ICO has already broken all the records for how much they've been able to collect, $1.7 billion. It's blown every other ICO and every other coin out of the water. And it's because people are waking up to the reality of what blockchain technology is and where it's going in cryptocurrency. And they want their money back in their hands. Of course they do. It's freedom. If you have a passion for freedom, you absolutely want to be a part of our community. Absolutely. So if you know anybody, if you're watching this and you know anybody that's a patriot, anybody that loves freedom, doesn't matter what their ideology is, as long as they love freedom, they're going to want to be a part of our group, our community. And we are a real living community. We're the most amazing, what do you want to call it? Membership, a club, a community, that you can imagine. I keep wanting to use the word religion, but then people get all kinds of crazy ideas. But it's so cool, okay? And it's so real. We have communication. We talk with each other. We have webinars, seminars. We have conference calls. We have the blog system. We are doing what we are doing and giving the wealth out to everybody that will accept it. Who would not accept it if they knew it was real? You don't even have to know it's real. You know what? Seriously, what do you have to lose by signing up and getting $2,100 or until the 21st of August, $10,000 worth of Kringles for $10? That's what you have to lose, $10. That's nothing. Yes, it might be a little something for the people in the developing countries because they're still averaging $1 to $2 a day for minimum wage for a lot of them. And some make a little bit more. Some make even less. But they can afford $10, even if it takes them a couple of weeks or a month to save up. They can get it. And like I said, our ship is docked. You're not going to miss the boat. Even though our coin is $8 million right now, 8.5, and it's going to end up being 2.6 billion if the price of gold stays the same. Okay, they haven't missed the boat. We're going to find a way to get full coins into your hands because that's the whole point. Okay. So, yeah, even if you don't believe it, and you're skeptical, which is normal. It's humans. It's human. That's the way we are, to be skeptical, and there's nothing wrong with that. But look at what you have to gain, look at what you have to lose, and see if it evens out, and then make a decision. What do you have to lose? 10, 15 minutes worth of time and $10. And you really won't spend that $10 until you really get the picture in your head and you're saying, wow, I think this is actually going to work. Because, the blockchain has been here since 2009. It hasn't gone away. It's only gotten better. If I go over here and put in CoinMarketCap and do a search, I'm going to find out that there's over 1,500 coins out there. And they're all going up in value. They may go down in value also. But over time, if they're designed correctly with a supply and demand figure that does create the supply and demand, that alone will, over time, months, years, raise the value of those coins. Bitcoin was the first. They're the most expensive coin on the market, around $6,000 a coin. And they'll be dominant for the next 10, 20, 30 years. But they won't stay that way simply because of the way they were designed. And there's only 21 million coins being mined. So other coins will end up being worth more or being used more. But that's not the point, right? The point is it's here. It's just like the first computers that came out, and then the computers, other companies started building better computers. Dell came out, Apple and Macintosh was back, came out. IBM, I don't know if they were the first. They might have been the first to come out with a computer. I don't remember. But the point is, you know what I'm talking about. So what do you have to lose? Seriously, 15 minutes and $10 at the most, which you won't even spend unless you really understand it at that point and say, oh my gosh, I want a part of this. And oh my gosh, I can't wait to tell everybody. You know, you will get that way. Well, that's the way I got. Okay, so that's what I wanted to get across today. It's just, I want to get that point across that we are giving away our wealth because we already have our wealth. We already have our billion coins mined. We just want to give them to you. We want to get that wealth into your hands. Okay? To change your life and the lives of everybody on this earth. In spite of what politics are going to do around the world, we need to have our own real money, whether it's a cash system, a digital money that's backed by gold, which has to happen in most countries, or it's a cryptocurrency, whether it's a completely decentralized cryptocurrency or whether a government can come out with one and somehow keep some control, like hanging onto their wallets or something. It's going to be an improvement as long as it's the people's money. If it's not the people's money, well, we already know what that is. So I'm pretty sure we're going to recognize if it's not a money that we don't own, then it's a money that someone else is going to use to control us. But there never used to be an option. You see what I'm saying? We're still using the Federal Reserve note. Okay? We're still using that Federal Reserve note. That's their money. They print and make the money and they lend it to our government with interest attached. That's a debt-based system. The government has to then tax the people income tax in order to pay the interest that they owe the central bank, the Fed. That's not how the Constitution was designed. We were supposed to hang on to our own money and print our own money. Okay? When you go back in history and just look at the presidents who managed to go through their administration and keep a balanced budget, and then all the ones that didn't, it's quite amazing. Okay? Because the last time it happened was under Andrew Jackson. Okay? And he got rid of the central banking system at the time. So it can happen again. Now, it hasn't happened since 1913. 105 years we've been under this system. Okay? But not anymore. So no matter what, you better look at something that has to do with cryptocurrency. Gold and silver and platinum is fine, but it's just very difficult to hold on to, access to. It's hard to use it as money. Even the central bankers will tell you that because they don't want you to own gold and silver either, because that's a real asset. That's real value. If you could hold some in your home where you can have access to it, someplace where you can literally have access to it 24/7, no matter what, then you've got something. They don't want you to think it. They'll even tell you to stay away from gold and silver. Oh, it's too speculative. That's why they took us off the gold standard back in 71. Well, that's what they told us. Okay. That's not what they were doing. In fact, they told us they were going to bring it back in 4 or 5 years. They never did because they never intended to. Okay, so we're not only giving away wealth, we're giving away freedom. So please take a look for your own benefit. Okay, it's not really ours because we're going to find a billion people with or without you. But I am telling you, for your own good, please take a look, and just make a decision. Okay. I don't see any other questions. Thank you guys so much for being here and supporting this. And what is tomorrow? Tomorrow's Thursday. I am scheduled 5 o'clock, same time. That's 5 p.m. Pacific Daylight Savings Time. So I'll be here, God willing. I know there's, well, actually, no, I don't think there is anything happening tomorrow or Friday that may keep me from doing my regular broadcast here. But you know, if I'm not here by 5 after, then I'm going to miss it. It happens once in a while. But other than that, God willing, I'll be here tomorrow at 5 o'clock, same time. Okay, and we'll chat some more. Thank you guys so much. Have a good evening. If you're here in America or on this part of the planet, if you're on the other half, you know, have a great day. Which reminds me, I noticed earlier that we're having this complete, what do they call it? A moon eclipse, a lunar eclipse. That's what they call it. It's like it's going to be a red moon come, what is it? The 27th of July, a couple of days, I think. So I'm getting all excited about it. And then I read the little print at the bottom and say, yeah, you're going to be able to see it if you anywhere from Africa to Australia. So it's like, okay, that's on the other side of the planet. I'm not going to see it. But anyway, it's I think it's the first one in this century. And there's supposed to be another one in a couple of years. Maybe it'll be on this side of the planet. Why did I bring that up? Oh, because I'm talking about, you know, have a good day, have a good night, whatever. Wherever you live in the world, enjoy it. Okay, I'll talk to you guys later.